Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at Storage Wars the game, based on the TV series on A&E. This is supposed to be like a bidding auction type game to replicate the feel of the TV show. This is from a few years ago because they don't have some of the later cast members like Mary Padian, who I enjoy quite a bit. I think she's the funniest one on the show. And she's probably the cutest too, but that's neither here nor there. This is 2 to 6 players, ages 8 and up. So on the back, it gives you kind of an idea what you can expect. It's got 4 storage lockers, 6 player cards, 150 paper bills, 60 item tokens, 1 token bag, 1 auctioneer marker, and instructions. So this looks like a pretty straightforward, simple game. So let's open it up, see what we got here. It is supposed to be for 8 and up, so shouldn't be too hard. And it is put out by Spin Master. I don't know who they are or what they make, but pretty sure this is an association with someone else though. Apparently they're out of Canada, according to the box, but let's see what we got here. Opens up pretty easy. Oh, there's not much to it. Look at that. They didn't even bother to cover that. This looks like a cashing in kind of game. Alright, so we got a little brick of fake money here. It says Storage Wars on it. And everything's already in Ziploc baggies. Alright, let's open these up. So there's our Auctioneer token. Then we've got Dave Hester, the Mogul. Specializes in furniture and collectibles. Brandon Sheets, the Upstart, Antiques and Historical. Daryl Sheets, the Gambler, Collectibles and Antiques. Brandy Passante, the Voice of Reason, Antiques and Furniture. Barry Weiss, the Collector, Collectibles and Historical. Jared Schulz, the Young Gun, Historical and Furniture. And on the back they just say Storage Wars. So these are pretty well made. Decent thickness. It's a pretty good cardboard. Pretty impressed with that. Auctioneer Tokens the same way. It's just double sided. It says Auctioneers on it. Or Auctioneer. And it's got the couple that do the auctions on the show. Again, no Mary Padian. Ruins it. Alright, then let's see what we got here. These are the tokens. And we've got different expensive items. Antique says quite a few of them here. Give you kind of an idea of. There's expensive ones hidden in with like low end stuff like $100, and there's what does that say? Termites and minus 300. So you can actually lose money on buying the locker, just like on the show. And the different colors represent the different elements, you know, historical items, collectibles, that sort of thing. And there's some universal colors, but yeah, the price value seems to be pretty varied. There's some $0 ones that are just trash bags, negative money things, black mold. Yeah, it looks like pretty fake, negative $500. Yeah, it looks pretty good. These are cardboard. They're okay. Nothing too particularly fancy. Looks like there's a pretty decent number of negatives and low-end stuff, so it's probably fairly well balanced. But I'd be worried these are going to get lost, or if they get wet. They're not coated real well, so if these get wet, they're going to swell or get destroyed. So let's move these over, get them out of the way here. Let's open up our storage lockers here. Alright, this plastic bag's got the lockers in it. Alright, so these just fold up like cheap cereal prizes from the late 90s to look like storage lockers. Kind of a cool idea, but they're a little flimsy in my opinion. There's 4 of them. One's red, we got a blue one, purple one that's number 3, and green number 4. These could have been thicker. I would have preferred they were even made out of plastic, but that's just me. Then there's this weird envelope thing. Don't know the point of that. It's got the rule book in it. It's got your contents sheet, so you know what's supposed to be in here, which is nice. Even it breaks it down by the bills. So let's go through this because that's the whole point of the show. It is to see what's inside. So we have 4 storage lockers, 6 player cards, and it lists them: Dave Hester, Barry Weiss, Daryl Sheets, Brandon Sheets, Jared Schultz, Brandy Passante, and then you get 150 bills in the following denominations: 20 at 500, 65 at 100, 65 at 50. Then you get 60 item tokens, 1 token bag, which I'm guessing is this thing, and 1 auctioneer marker. Now the rules look pretty simple. First page of the rule book is actually just how to fold everything together, how to make a box, and set up, and then the objective of the game and how to play, and then what's black mold, in case you don't have the internet, scoring, and winning the game, and then a 1-800 number if you get lost, I guess. Yeah, this is the auction bag, so I guess you put your bills in there or something. But this thing's real cheap. I would find like a cloth bag that, you know, might simulate that better, because this is going to break real easy. This is just cheap plastic. So be aware this is garbage and will probably get destroyed easily. The rule book is pretty handy, not only for the rules, but it tells you how many pieces you're supposed to have. These are kind of cheap, but it's a cool idea. They are labeled 2 for assembly, which is kind of nice, but they could have been a lot nicer. I expected something a little higher quality, honestly. The game was pretty cheap though, so I only paid a few bucks for it, and it was still sealed, so I don't feel too ripped off. But if I had paid $10 or $15 for this, I'd be a little annoyed, because this is pretty low quality overall. These cards were pretty good. They're okay unless they got wet. Not really a beer and pretzels kind of game, because you're going to get these wet and they're going to get destroyed. They do say Storage Wars on the back, which is kind of cool, but the money, I can tell, is just cheap paper. I'm not even going to bother opening it because they'll get destroyed. Yeah, overall, pretty rushed hatchet job. Typical licensed game. Not a lot of quality or effort put into it. Just throw something out to make a quick buck. But this might actually be fun. So if you like the show, I think it might be worth getting if you could get it cheap. I wouldn't pay more than a couple bucks for it, but it might be worth it just to play an auction bidding game. It might be fun that way. It looks like it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Otherwise, it's if you're not a fan of the show, don't bother. And if you want, you could probably make your own Mary Padian card like I plan to, because she made the show better. So yeah, that's really what's inside. It's a few years old at this point. Let's see, when did this come out? 2012. So this is a couple years old now. There's a lot of pieces that can get lost, so make sure you have the instruction book to remind you, or rewatch the video to see what you might be missing. You'll probably be missing a few tokens. I don't think that'll hurt the game as much as missing some of the money or the instruction sheet or the storage lockers. You could probably replicate all this stuff, but I don't know. The auction bag you're definitely going to have to replace after a few uses. I don't see that holding up at all. But that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time on What's Inside.